I've always been fascinated with free energy, even since I was a little kid. And I already have a very large Bitcoin mining operation already. Well, today I'm going to be attempting to combine both of them together, as I found a once in a lifetime deal from Facebook Marketplace. There's only one problem though. I know absolutely nothing about solar. For me though, this screaming deal is a perfect opportunity for me to learn. So we headed off on our adventure to go get this screaming deal, which included batteries, 4 batteries, 8 solar panels of 100 watts each, a solar inverter charger controller, and a few wires, all for $1,000. But it didn't have everything, so we headed off to the hardware store to pick up a few things. And the first thing we're going to be doing is setting these batteries in 48 volt series. We're going to be using this RV wire that came with the set. This is very high gauge wire that is rated very highly and runs even sometimes houses. So we're manufacturing our wire by putting the heat shrink over it, sticking it on there, crimping it down, and stabbing ourselves. Then we just threw some flames on it and we were good to go for that part. Now, neither one of us by any measure of the imagination are experts, but we are both mechanics by trade, so we know a little bit of things about manufacturing some wires.
Walmart overlooks my work, yeah. He approves. Give me like a B plus or something. I give some roadhead for an A.
Now there was a problem, one of the bolts was stripped, so we got a solution for that later. Alright, basically we took a little battery clamp that we had and we manufactured it together, crimped them on, and we were good to go as far as that. This is how we did all the wires all the same.
Motive has like allowed me to, go into other things and whatnot, and I think that's super cool, because I mean, all this stuff I learned, like the way I do wires and stuff, I learned from doing automotive, what I'm saying?
All right, next we put this little 60 amp surcharge so that none of the power goes too far into the batteries and smokes it. And here's our little clamp that we manufactured. Charger inverter hybrid is supposed to have that, but just to be safe, we went ahead and put one so that we save our batteries.
Looking for 48. 49.7. Now that's a battery bank, my boy.
And here's the final product of our battery bank with 48 volts. Now each one of these you can find at Walmart for about $119. So that would probably cost about $500 after taxes.
Yep.
Now eventually the goal is to put the entire farm on here, which I have 28 GPUs, an ASIC, and this solar charger inverter is rated up to 6,000 watts. So it could theoretically fit all of there on there, but we're gonna need some solar panels. Right now, it's just proof of concept though. The battery bank is not gonna be for running through the night, it's simply just so that it is running smoothly during the day. Make sure you guys stay tuned to the end because I'm going to be going over the math, the ROI, what coins I'm going to be mining, and how long this system is going to take to pay itself off.
There we go. Fuck, I'm scared. There we go. Nada. Oh, dumbass. Didn't even connect the fucking power wires, dude. Oh, I'm so stupid. I didn't connect the power wire. I'm like, where's the fucking power?
Alright, so after that little mishap, we went ahead and connected up the power wire from the battery bank to the solar charger inverter hybrid little machine. I'm just going to try, and bada bing, bada boom. Came on.
120 volts. No input. Solar, no volts, no amps.
Our battery bank is completed. Now this is just step one, but this is a really big step in the whole process of getting it going. The next thing that we need to do is connect the solar panels, make sure everything is stable. But Mac had a few words on how and why he learned how to do these wiring.
Hot wire, white wire, and then ground.
Got a nice little hook.
You know that, dude. See, like growing up in Hawaii, dude, we, like I was telling Devin, you know, we had to learn to, everybody, all the men had to garden. You know, we had to learn agriculture.
Yeah.
And then, like, but we also had to learn basic electronics.
Not only from the automotive side of things, but how and where he grew up. Shout out to Mac from Mac Builds. I truly could not have done this project without him. Right now, we are just wiring up the outlet to connect back into the solar charge controller so that we can test if we in fact have some power from our battery bank. Just screwing it down. And just a little disclaimer, I'm not an electrician, neither is Mac. None of this is financial advice, personal advice, or electrical advice. You should consult a professional. We are just documenting our journey on what we are doing, not what you should be doing, but this is what we are doing, and we know nothing. I'm just some guy on the internet in his basement documenting his journey on how he's trying to get free power to mine for free from the sun. Just figured I'd throw that disclaimer in there. Please don't sue me, for the love of God. All right, and to check it first, we got this little electrician. Power?
Turning it on. I'm putting it on boot. I just want to see
It's on.
what's up. It sure fuck is, baby. Sure the fuck is.
And just like that, the reason we put the sander on there is to make sure that we could really handle a load. But the local inspectors came by to see if things were up to snuff, and they didn't seem to have an issue with it, so we're good to go on that accord. This is Black Betty and Nugget, and they don't have no issues with the way that things were ran. And here's the final product of our working battery bank. Now we got to get the solar panels hooked up, charging this thing so that we can run it indefinitely. And for that, we got some wires from Amazon. This now brings our total, including all parts, everything that I purchased, the Facebook Marketplace. We're up to about $1,300 in total. Now I'm rounding up, but better safe than sorry. That includes all the electrical system, the wires, the connectors right here that we have, and I'll put all the stuff up on this screen here so you can see it. And that even includes one more panel because we had 8, and the way that we wired things in series, we wired them in a series of 3, and we had 3 series panels giving us 9. And we're basically just checking for voltage right now.
193.
Because the solar charger controller system, it only is rated for 72 volts. So we want to make sure that we don't exceed that. And here's the wires. Today was a cloudy day when we were putting the panels up, so not exactly the best, but we still got it going. Now these are the solar wires that I bought from Amazon, and we're running them from the panels to the little blue solar controller there. Screwing them down. And my footage got damaged, but we checked the voltage before we put these into the solar charger controller to make sure that it was not more than 70 volts. Even though we have a breaker right there, we don't want to damage any equipment that we don't have to. Plug her up.
So voltage in 48, volt 20.9 volt. Yeah, I think this is correct. Yeah.
We'll figure it out.
We will.
And here's just how we series them up. Now we did it in a series of 3, but this would be a series of 2. We ended up changing it off camera later to get the most amount of amps into the solar charger.
Oh God, dude.
What do I got? A 580, a 1650, and a 1660?
I believe so.
So here's the rig that I have up for sacrifice. I'm okay with losing this, but ultimately we're gonna do way bigger and better things. And just like that, we were mining from the battery bank from the sun. great success. All right, let's talk numbers. That's what you guys came here for. So I'm capable of mining right now my 3070 Ti rig, which is 4 3070 Ti's. It's a very efficient rig. It has a lot of hash power per watt, which is what I want. And I'm currently mining Ergo. Now there are other coins that I could mine. I could mine all of these coins, but I am mining Ergo, which is right here. Now it says 88 cents per day is what I'm getting, but in reality, I'm only able to mine for about 5 or 6 hours with the battery bank, even maybe like 7 hours at the most, but I'm just gonna say 5 hours, and you could call it 20 cents per day. That breaks down to about 6 Ergo per month. Now, Ergo could be completely and utterly dead and never do anything again, and it will still get back to the 236, which is about $5. Not financial advice, which would bring you to about $300 per month, and that would take you about 4 months of mining, maybe 3 months of mining to completely ROI, and that's not even counting the equipment, which is still worth money. Now, if you're like, oh, well, it's not gonna go up to $5, it's gonna be blah, blah, blah. Even at this, it would take you 19 years to pay itself off just by mining, not making any more upgrades to the panels or the batteries, and just keeping it as it is. 19 years. But this thing, every chart goes to the 236, even if it's completely dead. It's already been there multiple times during this bear market. Now, most coins will get to the 0.5 even if they're completely dead, which for Ergo would be $10, which would just double the ROI. Instead of 270, it would be more like 500% ROI, and it would only take you 2 months. It'd be about $600 per month. The maximum parabolic price for Ergo, though, is $66, and that would be an insane ROI. So basically, it would take somewhere between 19 years and 3 months to pay for itself, not including what I actually could resell it for, which is basically what I bought it for, if not more. Now, I personally believe in crypto, and I personally believe even if Ergo is completely and utterly dead, it will go to $5, as it's already done it twice before during the bear market. So that would put me closer to 1 year. Now, if I add more panels, I could add more equipment. I have 28 GPUs that I could add onto this thing, and if I add more batteries, I could mine through the night, which would make the profitability go up even more. But it was very important for me to, before I dropped another 5 grand on this, which is what it's going to cost to get the batteries and the panels to run through the night 24/7, before I dropped the 5 grand, that I got proof of concept that this thing would actually be mining. Shout out to Mac for helping me. I truly could not have done this without him. Make sure you like and subscribe. Peace.